It's Friday, November 28th, and I'm just wondering how dangerous the Cowboys might be in the playoffs if they can make the playoffs.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Eyeing retirement? We aim to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design risk management with income-generating investments designed to aid your financial independence. Our goal is to develop an effective portfolio strategy to help you retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Fluent Financial can also implement a program that allows business owners to install a cash balance plan, which may potentially reduce income tax payments. You've worked hard to become successful. Let us help develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you. Learn more today about Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. For more information or to schedule a meeting, visit fluentfinancial.com or call 972-852-4800.
First, I hope you all are having a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope it's full of great food and friends and family. And we are very fortunate this Thanksgiving. We're at the home of daughter-in-law Tiffany and son Alec and grandbaby Gwendolyn, having a wonderful Thanksgiving and watch the Cowboy football game. And I'm on to that game itself. What a spectacular football game. You know, sometimes NFL games are just boring. It happens to every sport. Basketball, baseball, hockey, it happens everywhere. Some games are just boring, and then some games have so much tension. They're so wonderful. You feel actually tired after the game is over because you've expended so much energy as you watch the game. The Cowboys win over Kansas City. I think the biggest factor was the Cowboys' ability to produce on third down in this game. On the drive that tied the game 7-7, the Cowboys converted 3 first downs on third down during that drive. In the drive that put them up 17-14, they converted 2 third downs into first downs. In the drive that made it 28-21, they converted 2 third downs. And by the way, in the first drive and the third drive, they actually scored on those third down plays for touchdowns. In the drive that put them up 31-21 with the field goal, they converted yet another third down. And in the drive that clinched the game, that put it away, that never gave the ball back to Kansas City, Dallas converted yet another third down into a first down. The Cowboy wide receivers, they're hell to cover. I'm telling you, hell to cover. Now, you look at the stats for the game, and the stats are more than good enough. CeeDee Lamb, 7 catches for 112 yards. George Pickens, 6 catches for 88 yards. Now, that's 200 yards in receptions for Lamb and Pickens. But if you dig a little deeper, you realize that the Cowboys drew 5 pass interference penalties in this game. Kansas City just never figured a way to really cover Lamb or Pickens. And also, by the way, throw in one more defensive holding on the secondary of Kansas City. If you're looking for key parts of the game, I think you stop right here for one of them. Kansas City had 119 yards in penalties. That must just drive Kansas City crazy. They're a really good football team. and they know what penalties do to them. And 119 yards. Gracious. Let's show the offensive line. The Cowboys averaged 5.3 yards per rush. That is a terrific figure. And Dak Prescott not sacked at all in the game. On the other side, the Cowboys got to Mahomes 3 times for sacks. But Dak, a clear game, never taken down in his own backfield. And that Cowboy offense generated 457 yards. Gracious. Against, I think, a solid Kansas City defense. And by the way, that was for the Cowboys with Nate Thomas starting at left tackle, the blindside tackle. Nate Thomas was a 2024 7th-round draft choice. More on him a little later. And Dak was simply superb again. 320 yards passing. And this was a fantastic duel of two, right now, top flight quarterbacks in the NFL. Dak had a wonderful game. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 touchdown passes. I don't think Kansas City could ever imagine a game where Patrick Mahomes threw 4 touchdown passes and no interceptions, and they'd go on to lose. What a wonderful, entertaining duel. That keeps Dallas alive from a playoff hope standpoint. Now, they need a lot of help. Detroit's ahead of them, but Dallas can strike a blow against the Lions next week when they play them. But well ahead of them are Seattle, San Francisco, and Green Bay. And they're going to need a lot of hope, a lot of help from other teams to catch one of those clubs. Next, take a look at the contributions the Cowboys are getting from what you would call no-name players. That's next. What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service, a cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere, and, of course, great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp, Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant. 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House, the original Bob's on Lemon Avenue, and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney. My wife Mary is the co-creator of Full Moon Healing Balm, and I guess I'm the reason this terrific cream was developed. A few years ago, I began getting these huge, ugly blood blotches just beneath the skin of my arms and hands. The condition's called senile purpura. And no, you don't have to be senile to experience this embarrassment. It happens as you age. And then to cover it up, we begin wearing long sleeves, even when it's hot. It took 2 years working with a New Jersey lab to refine the all-natural ingredients of Full Moon Healing. Gently massage a very small amount into the skin, and within a day, the blotches begin to fade. Senile purpura usually takes weeks to disappear, but this balm cuts the timeline to about a week. And ordering's so easy. Just go to the website, fullmoonhealingco.com. The trade deadline deals have really helped Dallas. Quinnen Williams is a stud. And Logan Wilson stepped right in to be a pretty good linebacker. And then health has been big with cornerback Siobhan Raval and linebacker DeMarvion Overshown stepping into the lineup. And of course, Dallas has star players. But have you noticed how much production Dallas is getting from under the radar players discovered by the Dallas personnel department? If you're a good team, you got to find some people like this. Find people to play roles. Find people to contribute. Solid people to contribute. Okay, let's look at the Cowboys. We already mentioned Nate Thomas, who has stepped in at left tackle and did a really nice job against Kansas City on Thursday. And then there's wide receiver Ryan Flournoy. He was the 6th round draft choice a couple of years ago out of that football factory, Southeast Missouri State. You know our idea here. If you're a double directional school, you can't play. Southeast Missouri State. Then there's the cornerback Rodney Stewart. Stewart last year appeared in one game in the NFL, and this year was waived by Minnesota. And you know what? He's contributing in multiple defensive backfields. He's not a bad player. Then there's Malik Davis. You know, Malik Davis has bounced around with this team for a couple of years. But now, unquestionably, he has secured the spot behind Javonte Williams in the Cowboy backfield. Jaden Blue is, at least for the moment, history here. And the Cowboys actually have a kind of two-back backfield. Now, Williams is still going to get the lion's share of catches and runs. But Davis has stepped in as a dependable and pretty doggone solid number 2 running back. And then there's Elijah Clark, the first-year defensive back from Syracuse who plays on special teams, and Shamar James, the linebacker from Florida. Each of those 2 were free agents. He plays on special teams. And let's not forget another undrafted free agent, the kid Brevin Span Ford, the tight end. He is a 270-pound mauling blocker tight end. Now, he may not be the most twinkle-toed person in the world as a receiver, but when the Cowboys go double tight ends in running situations, he can play. And we add all these names to the guys the Cowboys have picked up off the street the last couple of years. Offensive lineman Brock Hoffman. Offensive lineman TJ Bass. Fullback Hunter Lupke. And we can't forget Tamonte Turpin, who was a star in whatever that other league that plays was, XFL or anyway. He's a really good player. And remember, this club found Brandon Aubrey just out on the street in a tryout as a free agent for kicker. When you're passing out credit for the Cowboys becoming a reasonably sound football team again, don't forget to give a big chunk of that credit for personnel man Will McClay and his scouts in the Cowboys personnel department.
And now a word from our title sponsor. Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Earlier, Live Better, and by Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon in Dallas and in Craig Ranch in McKinney. Bob's, a Dallas tradition for more than 30 years.
If you've enjoyed Just Wondering, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will land in your mailbox early every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Should you know a sports fan who might like our work, please share our contact information with that person. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. I'm Norm Hitzges, and know that every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitzges, and I'll just be wondering too.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.